Hey guys, D Smooth 753 here. Today I want to talk about the iconic Goku versus Superman debate and why it is so misunderstood, and it embodies everything wrong with the power scaling community. Every single thing wrong with the power scaling community is embodied by this one fight right here. First things first, the whole scaling issue of who's stronger between the two. One, that's only one factor in a fight. And two, it's too subjective. Both these characters have unrealistic feats that could never happen in real life, and trying to put exact measurements on it is ridiculous. Superman punching holes in reality, Goku shaking the whole universe and stuff. You can't scale that. You can't put numbers on that stuff. So to try to scale that in the first place is just ridiculous. You can't put numbers on it. You have to accept the fact that some characters just cannot be scaled, okay? You can't be putting this exact number and how strong these characters are when they keep doing these unrealistic stuff that you can't really put numbers on. You can't really put numbers on this stuff, man. Y'all got to accept that. These people are living in make-believe fantasy worlds. You can't measure the crazy things that they do. This character is infinitely faster than light. This character is immeasurably faster than light. Both these characters do all kinds of crazy stuff. Goku broke through some time dimension. You can't put numbers on that, man. You can't put numbers on this. So that's the first problem. The scaling is too subjective. And here's the second problem. This is what really irks me. This is what really embodies everything wrong with it. Scalers don't understand real fighting. They're so focused with trying to scale the characters, they keep glancing over skill. They keep glancing over intelligence, and they keep glancing over actual tactics of a fight. Real life fighting comes down mostly to tactics and skill and technique. That's how real fighting comes down to. Power scalers don't understand real fighting. These guys need to start watching UFC, need to start watching One, need to start watching some real MMA fights so they can get understanding of how real fighting works. The bottom line is Goku is a martial arts master in various forms of combat. And he's been doing this entire life. He has a massive tactical advantage, and he's got a lot of ranged weapons. Goku is a martial arts master with lots of ranged attacks. I made a whole video on this. The real problem with power scaling, they don't understand fighting. Goku has a massive tactical advantage over most versions of Superman. Goku has more techniques. He's very skilled. He hits with precision, perfect timing. He has lots of ranged attacks. He can teleport. He's got all these tactical advantages over Superman. Superman only has 2 ranged attacks. Laser beams, he has heat vision, and frost breath. That's it. Those are his only ranged attacks. And apparently there's one version of him that can kind of blow himself up, Superman 52. But even then, that pales in comparison to Goku. Goku has so many tactical advantages over Superman, it's ridiculous. And just shows the fact that so many power scalers are just glancing over this massive issue just shows that they really don't understand fighting. This is not a small factor. Martial arts skill is not a small factor. That is a big factor in a fight. That is a massive factor in a fight. Here's another thing. They tend to make factual inaccuracies in regards to fighting. Strength does not equal durability. Strength does not equal durability. Both striking and lifting is grounded in form and technique. Technique lets you maximize power and minimize risk of injury. It is not the same as durability. It's because of the technique that lifters are able to lift as much as they can. It's because of the technique that punchers are able to punch and kick as hard as they can. The technique maximizes your power and minimizes your risk of injury, since the force is being evenly distributed throughout the body. To put that to your durability is just factually wrong. Is there some level of relativity there? Sure, to a degree, but they're not the same. So they make fighting inaccuracies. Here's another fighting inaccuracy. Running speed does not equal combat speed. Running is simple. Who's faster, Bruce Lee or Usain Bolt? They're two different. Usain Bolt is about running in a straight line. He's running his whole body in a straight line. Bruce Lee, he's jumping around, kicking, doing all these complex movements. You can't compare someone who's running in a straight line to someone who's doing all these crazy complex movements in one go. Fighting is about short bursts of speed with individual punches. A guy who runs fast does not equate to a guy who can punch and kick fast. It's not, oh, well, the reflex, not really. Not really. A runner does not equal a fighter. You're comparing something simple to something very complex. They are not the same. That is a factual inaccuracy in regards to fighting. I myself, in a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, I've studied MMA, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, and a lot of forms of martial arts. I have rolled around with black belts and stuff, and I can assure you, running does not equate to fighting. So just factual inaccuracies like that are massive within the power scaling community. And it shows like there are busted versions of Goku that can destroy most versions of Superman. There's busted versions of Superman that can destroy most versions of Goku. Y'all get so focused on the scaling. You'll need to stop focusing on the scaling. Stop focusing on the crazy scaling and go into the tactics. Okay, both these characters are too subjective on how exactly strong they are. You can't put numbers on the crazy stuff these guys do. If these were street level characters and stuff like that, then I'd be more understanding. They're not. These are not street level characters. These are omni-powerful characters, and you can't put these exact measurements. Goku has a massive tactical advantage. And by the way, Goku can punch, kick, knee, elbow. He can grapple and throw you around. We've seen Goku do stuff like this in his fights. He's got all these ranged attacks that Superman really can't do. Superman has been beaten up by Batman, well, whenever he's in a weakened state. So, like, if he's not going to beat Batman in that state, Goku, who's physically stronger than Batman, is going to do way more damage. Goku has a massive tactical advantage. Point blank, period. Oh, well, Superman's pretty smart. He can think of something. Sure, I can perfectly accept Superman is really smart. And go outside fight IQ. Battle IQ and IQ are not the same. Battle IQ and intelligence are not the same. Intelligence are things outside the fight. Outside factors. Superman is smart enough to think of outside factors that can interfere with the fight in order to beat Goku. I have no problem admitting that. That's not the same as fight IQ. Fight IQ is in regards of spacing and timing and strategic stuff like that. Those two are not the same. So there's constant factual inaccuracies in regards to fighting. Scalers don't understand real fighting. They don't get it. And that is a massive problem here. And look, understand that these characters are meant to be super strong. Oh, well, I understand the concept of death of the author, and it's up to the audience to interpret the story. But when you try to put exact numbers on the things that you damn well know are not physically possible in real life, you just look like a fool trying to put numbers on. How much energy does it take to shake multiverses? You can't measure that, bro. You can't measure that. How fast do you have to be to travel back in time? You can't measure that. You cannot measure that. Stop going into the crazy scaling. Stop going into the crazy scaling of the characters and start focusing on things that you can measure, like tactics. Like tactics can be measured. Goku has a tactical advantage over Superman. Superman is very smart. He's durable enough to take a lot of punishment. And he's very smart enough to think of something. Like, 2 times out of 3, Goku would beat most versions of Superman because of his martial arts and tactical advantage and stuff like that. 2 times out of 3, he's going to win with stuff like that. Is Superman smart enough to come with some type of plan to incapacitate Goku? Sure. Superman's really smart. Superman's smart enough to do something like that. But here's the thing, probabilities. Just because something can happen doesn't mean it will. Nothing's 100% in regards to fighting. Things come down to chances. No matter how skilled you are, there's always some slim chance that you might miss. That's why they have to train as hard as they do. That's why martial artists have to train as hard as they do. In conclusion, everything's too subjective in regards of scaling, and fighters and scalers don't understand real fighting. That's the massive problem with this debate. Like, subscribe, tell me what you guys think below.